Street from my home to your home. This is your midday report on home LLate. Thank you for joining me. Dow is up about 279, up about 1%. It was up about 245 earlier today. NASDAQ is now trading up about 118 points with about half an hour to go in the trading day, now up about 1%. It was earlier up today about 41 points. Tesla is down $10 to 845. Apple up $3 to 136, and Walmart up 1 to 142. Big news. Hey, for Fiammati, welcome to the family. Everyone, welcome Fiammati to the family. They're becoming the Purple Hawk. In today's report, I have shocking details from Congress. First, the new jobs report is going to be coming out tomorrow. Then a new child tax credit is proposed, but will see light of day. Then an incredible jaw-dropping bombshell in your middle of the day out of nowhere. The Democrats are pushing for not a $10,000, but a $50,000 student loan debt forgiveness bill ASAP. Wow, this is a big one. Out of nowhere, this came out minutes ago, and I have all the jaw-dropping news about a $50,000 student loan debt forgiveness bill from the Democrats, and it looks like it's going to happen. Finally, I'll be cutting back to that jobless claim report, the new jobless claim report earlier today on a Thursday, and have other details across the board. What a big day this is. This is just, it's a Thursday afternoon, and at the midday, we have not one but two bills coming out. It's just, yeah, get your pen and paper because there's a lot of information and a lot of news. Mind-blowing, says Margaret. I agree. Thank you for joining me on LLA. If you've not subscribed, this is the best darn channel is out there. This is how much I'm going over in this recording. It's about 20 pages of new jaw-dropping stimulus that's happening by the minute. From Wall Street to Main Street, all across the board, there's so much happening. Hey, Meshebi, welcome for becoming part of the family. Everyone welcome Meshebi. If you want to become a Purple Hawk, Purple Power Casino VIP, click that link. It's at the top of the chat. Also, it's in the description. You get access to PDFs like no one else. And I just reposted today's PDFs. Remember, the third one is a link, not a PDF. Some people are like, it doesn't open because it's a link. To a link, it's not a PDF. Incredible, great news across the board. Also, subscribe to this channel. This is the best channel there is with 24-hour broadcasting around the clock, the most comprehensive and the most interactive anywhere on the planet. All right, let's get to the breaking news. First, Wall Street. Dow up 279, 1%, and better than earlier today, about 245 earlier today. NASDAQ up 118 points, up about 1%, so that made a big run. It was only 41 points earlier today. Tesla taking another hit today for another day, down $10 to 845. Apple rallying up $3 to 136, and Walmart relatively flat, up about $1 to 142. The big news started the day with the new jobless claims. This is every Thursday morning. If you've been with me since April 25th, God bless. Thank you for being a longtime viewer. But you know, every Thursday is the new jobless claims. This is for people who just filed for jobless claims for the first time, not for people who already were jobless. And the number was good. It was 779. Wall Street was expecting 830. So this is a decline of 33,000 from the week before. Whether you have Larry Kudlow's calculator or not. That's how you get to 33,000. But the surprise among the numbers was that it would have been higher. It would have been better, actually, because some states came in really impressive with good numbers. Like Illinois dropped 55,000 in 1 week, but California was the calamity. California went up 46,000 new claims last week. You know, this was before California lifted its restrictions on businesses just a few days ago. So you could see California in a better number next week. That is the Thursday number. Tomorrow is a different number. I'll be getting to that jobs number in a second. That's new job creation, which is different than jobless number. Both of them impact your stimulus because everyone looks at those numbers. Now, Bernstein, who's Biden's chief economist, said that it's one of the numbers he looks at when determining stimulus, but not all of them. Clearly, it is an important number. It's not the determining number, but it is one of the numbers. Yum Brands, which includes, some of those your favorite pizza and chicken franchises, came in, started the day with reporting earnings and revenue and beat estimates across the board. Beat on revenue, 1.74 billion versus 1.72 predicted, and beat on earnings 1.15 versus 1.01. Tomorrow will be the new jobs report. And that is really surprising. Coming up in a second, I'll be going over that shocking development about $50,000 student loan debt forgiveness. Hey, Ronald, how are you? Thank you for coming to Purple Hawk. Everyone, welcome Ronald to the room. Where you are currently on stimulus is the stimulus package is a finality. If you're just joining me or you're a new subscriber, let me explain where you are. You're getting a $1,400 stimulus check under the third stimulus package if you're a single individual. Married couples, $2,800. Adult dependents, $3,200. Children, $1,400. The income levels have not changed. Nothing has changed. Nothing will change. Let's repeat that again. $1,400 individuals, $2,800. $3,200 adult dependents, $1,400 children. FPUC will be extended. What is FPUC? That is the add-on or the boost that goes on top of your UI or PUA. That'll be extended from January to September at $400 a week. It is retro for a few weeks, so it will go back and add an additional $100 starting at basically the time in which your second stimulus period started. So looking when you got your first check of $300, it'll add that $100 on top of that, and that'll be carried to September. If you are unemployed all that time, which I hope you aren't, but if you are, that's 40 weeks. That's about $16,000, and that's on top of your UI and PUA. If you made over $18,000 in 2019, make sure you watch FPUC Overnight, our new hit show at 2 a.m. It explains how to do enhanced unemployment benefits. You can raise your benefits to about $300, $400, $500 a week. If you were $300 a week underneath the $400 a week, that's $700 a week. That's almost $25,000 to $35,000 between now and September. A lot of big, great money. But in a second, I'm getting to that in shocking development about the $50,000 $50,000 student loan debt forgiveness. That's coming up in just a second. So what's going on tomorrow? New jobs report. Now, this is not unemployment. This is how many jobs were created. This is a once per month number. If you've been with me for the last 9 months, you've heard 20 times I've mentioned this. No, there's only 8 months in an 8-month run. You heard it 8 months before. By the way, thank you so much. We're at 95 million views, and we're halfway through our 9th month. Let's get to 100 million views. We added another 2 more million views, so we're getting really close. Keep on liking those videos, and if you did not watch Mornings LA and Early Mornings LA today, make sure you watch those videos. Those were big videos. So economists tomorrow are expected to see 50,000 jobs created in January, up from a decline of $140,000 in December. Economists are expecting that payroll added 50,000 jobs in January after a loss of $140,000 in December. The unemployment rate is expected to stay at 6.7%. We're forecasting an increase of 200,000. This shows some improvement, certainly, relative to December, where there was some contraction, says Michelle Mayer, head of U.S. economics at Bank of America. The swing factor could be hospitality and leisure, because that had the big weakening spot. Well, there you go. Boy, I'm real excited for you. Now, what about that news today of a new child tax credit? Hey, Jonathan, for the winged lemon. Thank you for the winged lemon. I really appreciate that, Jonathan. I'm about to fly off. Well, you're not yet. I got to finish this report. After the report, I'll fly off with the winged lemon. We'll just fly to Lemon Land. We'll get our lemon cars. I hope you don't have a lemon car. We'll get our lemon cars and we'll just lemon off. Let me finish the story first before we lemon off. The child tax credit report, child tax credit news today. It's really, I paused because I was about to say it's wonderful. It's not wonderful. It's confusing and it's never going to see light of day. So let me explain what's going on. You know, as a viewer of this channel, that I've been telling you for 2 weeks or 3 weeks that Joe Biden is seeking to change several of the tax credits. They're currently codes, they're currently law. He just wants to change them a few dollars and add a few more kids. 17-year-olds, get them a PlayStation. He wants to raise it a year. So you understand that. So there's a new report out today that says, hey, CDC, oh, and Mike, thank you for the dancing bears. I really appreciate it. CDC and Dennis, thank you for the dancing bears. There's a new report out today that Mitt Romney's back with another bill. It's your midday report on LLA. What's happened? Mitt Romney has another bill. What will happen this afternoon? Mitt Romney will have another bill. And what will happen tomorrow morning? Mitt Romney will have another bill. He just writes a lot. He just writes a lot. I don't know how many Mitt Romney bills I have covered on this channel in the last 9 months. Every week or day, there's another Mitt Romney bill. He stands with that blow up. He stands with that blow up, and he's like, here's a bill. And that's it. On to the next bill. Well, what happened to the last one? I don't know. We just every day there's another bill. So here's a bill since yesterday's bill. And this is what Mitt Romney's bill. Today is the Family Security Act, the FSA. Thursday. The FSA proposes to give families $3,000 a year in child support for kids 6 to 7 and up to $4,200 for children, infants of age to 6. And then Romney issued a statement about it, and there you go. Wow. Okay, so why am I pausing? Because it's never going to see a light of day. First of all, it's never going to call for a vote. Chuck Schumer's never going to call for a vote. Hey, Mary, thank you for the super chat. Chuck Schumer's never going to call for a vote. 2, Mitt Romney's never going to support his own bill. He wrote a wonderful hazard pay bill in 2020. He never supported his own bill. He wrote another bill, I think it was for transportation, never supported that bill. He just introduces bills, and then that's, I'll see you at lunch. I got to write another bill for tomorrow. Now, why should you also not be excited about the bill? Because it actually cuts Social Security to pay for the benefits. Yeah, thank you. No, we're not cutting Social Security to pay for someone else's benefits. Joe Biden's tax credits does not cut Social Security to pay for these child tax credits. So I think you're not going to see this ever pass. Maybe you'll see it to 2 o'clock. That'll be about the end of the Family Security Act. Not so secure because it has to cut your Social Security. So there we go. As an aside, this is my personal conviction, my prediction. I think I'm going to see Mitt Romney run for president in 2024. I'm literally seeing a Mitt Romney story every 4 hours. It's, as you know, he ran for president before. And he certainly is more of a centralist, and he tries to be accommodating. And there's a Mitt Romney story every 10 seconds. It's just like, the Kardashians are jealous. Hey, Darrell, the Kardashians are jealous. Like, Mitt Romney's getting more press than we are. Hey, Darrell, thank you for joining the family. So let's get to the deliciousness. Thank you, everyone. Welcome, Darnell, and refer the Kardashians to Mitt Romney's public relations department. Here is the surprise. Dennis, was that Dennis with the super chat? I couldn't see. Thank you for the dancing bear. The big update is the $50,000 student loan debt forgiveness. Yes. And that's coming up right after this. At the 13-minute mark, let me give you the big update where we are on the midday report. The midday report is you're getting your stimulus check, you're getting your FBC, you're getting your hazard pay, you're getting all the things that are in the third stimulus package. The question is just what day. The finality has been reached. The question is what day. Earlier this week, if you're a new viewer, earlier this week, Joe Biden's team of Democrats passed a reconciliation bill. And the reconciliation bill is the metaphor of a tow truck with a tow hitch. The tow truck is the reconciliation. The tow hitch is the 1.9 stimulus bill. You will see, as I said to you yesterday, and I'll say again today, you will see over the next few days. Hey, Tia, thank you for the winged lemon. Thank you, Tia, for the winged lemon. You will hear over the next few days, as I've told you, that Joe Biden will say, I'm willing to listen to you. How are you? I'm willing to listen to you, but I'm not changing anything. And needless to say, there's some people that see these reports and why the report's even existing. To be very frank with you, newspapers trying to get traction because no one's reading them. So some newspapers are trying to get you to read their newspapers, and some of them are actually membership newspapers. They're trying to get you to read their newspapers by making it sound like it's a news story. It's not a news story. So the Republicans are proposing this. Oh, great. Well, Joe has made clear he's not doing anything different. So there is nothing new that's going to happen on your stimulus. You're going to get $1,400 an individual, $2,800 a married couple, $1,400 a child, $3,200 adult dependents. If you're on any type of benefits, you would get that stimulus check as well. FPUC will be forward from January to September, $400 a week. Vivian with the dancing pear. Thank you, Vivian, with the dancing pear. Thank you, Tia, for the winged lemon. And hey, there is Nemo da 100 and Darnell with a Darnell with the donut. I appreciate that, Darnell. And if you've not subscribed, please subscribe. I forgot to say that. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe. This is LLA with your midday report from Wall Street to Main Street, from my home to your home. The most comprehensive financial news across the board, 24 hours a day. This is a 24-hour news channel, the only of its kind, and the only comprehensive and interactive that is out there. With 1,600 people in the room. A travesty. Only 500 likes and 1,600 people in the room? Oh, come on. Let's do it. Let's do it. Hey, Dennis, thank you for the hippopotamus. What are the hippos looking for? What are those hippos looking for? So get those likes up. We got 16. Let's do 2,000 in the room and 1,000 likes. I think we could do it. Let's get we're getting those moving up. 600. Come on, 650. Let's get those getting going. So here we go. Here's the big exciting news. The big exciting news. Why is this exciting news? Because it's coming from Democrats and Chuck Schumer. Hey, Sharon, thank you for the dancing pear. You understand how 2021 will be. When Chuck Schumer wants something, that means it's likely to happen. When the Democrats want to do something and you have 10 or 20 of them wanting to do something, that means it's going to happen. If it's the progressives and it's 4 people, maybe not going to happen. So here is the big news. On Thursday, a group of Democrats led by Liz Warren, Democrat out of Massachusetts, and including Chuck Schumer and Ayanna Pressley, reintroduced a resolution pushing the Education Department to use its existing authority to forgive $50,000 in student loan debts. Wow. This is a big one. This is a big one. Let me say that again slowly. Understand this is not a bill. It is not a bill. Well, it is a resolution, but it's basically allowing a department to use its authority. And what does that mean? It's a resolution they had written before, clearly during the Trump period. Now it's being reintroduced during the Biden era to allow the Department of Education the authority to forgive student loan debts. The Democrats contend that this would help jumpstart the economy. Economists agree as well. Everyone welcome John Benari to the room. Everyone the economists thinks that this will help jumpstart the economy. Ayanna Pressley, in a statement, said, the student loan debt crisis has always been a racial and economic justice issue. Warren has asked for $50,000 in student loan debts to be forgiven. The single most effective executive order Biden can take to kickstart the economy and to help those close the racial wealth gap. Now, this may sound a little confusing, but let me explain why this sounds like it's in 2 places. First, you know that back in October, I told you that Chuck Schumer wanted Joe Biden to forgive. Hey, Jason, thank you for the very nice. Are there any grants for low-income people who need house repairs? Not from stimulus, but reach out to the volunteers in news.la.com/community. They may be able to get other stuff for you. This is big because in November and October, Chuck Schumer said that he wanted on day one, for Joe Biden to forgive $50,000 of student loan debt by executive order. You remember that. I detailed that week after week after week. Then around January, Joe Biden said, I don't like doing it by executive order. I don't know if I have the authority to do it under the Constitution. Now Chuck Schumer is back, and you saw me say resolution, and then we heard executive order. It looks like Chuck and Liz are doing two sides to this. One of them is that they're trying to say, Joe, do this by executive order. And the other one is saying, Joe, we'll do a bill that will allow the Department of Labor to do it for you. What are my thoughts? Here's my prediction on the situation. In the last 3 days, we have seen Joe Biden's inner circle tell news that they have sort of changed their mindset. One of their statements they made was, go sue me. They actually said to the Republicans, we're going to do executive orders, we're going to do memorandums, and if you don't like it, go sue us. And with that change of mentality, Joe Biden may do an executive order for the $50,000 student loan debt forgiveness if he believes he has enough legal support to do it, and say, hey, you want to go take it to court? Go take it to court. You're going to look like you don't want to help American people. That's the first thing. The second one is they may still do it by bill. And there is also the possibility that Joe may do it by memorandum, which is not an executive order, in which he instructs the department to do certain things. It's a little bit like the CDC executive order for eviction moratorium. Why is CDC doing it? Because there was an executive order saying that someone should do it. And then Trump gave an order to CDC, you go do it. He didn't actually do an executive order. It gave an instruction to CDC, you go do it. So this is really fascinating. With 2,000 people in the room and 1,100 and 1,000 likes, let's go. Let's keep on going. Warren said that this is the single most effective executive action Biden can take to kickstart this economy to close the racial gap. But what makes me excited about this one, you know I'm about to say why I'm so excited about this. Not just the $50,000, not that there's so many viewers that need this, but how many Democrats have signed the resolution. According to a new report, Warren, Schumer, Presley, and 14 Democratic senators and 45 Democratic House members have signed the resolution. The movement gained traction, and as the resolution was put forward only during the Senate during the previous Congress. Schumer said he and Warren have met with Biden and are pushing the president and his people. Wow, this is big. Bottom line, my prediction, it's going to pass. It's going to pass. It's not going to be $10,000. It's going to be $50,000. It'll either go by bill or go by executive order. This is very big for another reason, and I think you know why I brought this up as well. This goes up for the purpose of SS200. Yes, as John just said on the screen. This shows that there are other things for stimulus that are out there. You have always heard me say, hey, Jason Beckman, welcome, Jason, to the family. Thank you for becoming a Purple Hawk. I have always said that your third stimulus package is third stimulus package. Hey, Renee, everyone welcome Renee to the room. I always said that third stimulus package is number 3. Then I said SSI and SSDI and reforming the Social Security system is stimulus number 4. I said stimulus number 5 is student loan debt. Stimulus number 6 is the teachers, and stimulus number 7 is the highways. This shows that Elizabeth Warren, who's the single most important advocate for Social Security reform, is absolutely happy and content to bring Joe Biden on and Chuck Schumer by meeting them and saying, do this as a separate thing. Do this as a separate thing. It's not in the stimulus package. It's standalone. What I just detailed to you for the student loan debt forgiveness, it's standalone. It's not part of stimulus on the 1.9. It's incredible, great news. Wow, 24 minutes on the clock and 2,100 people in the room and 1,000 likes. This is huge news. This is news bigger than even the fact of the bill itself and the movement. It means that Democrats will push other things for you for stimulus besides just the 1.9 trillion. This is what you wanted to see, and Elizabeth Warren is certainly, and Chuck Schumer certainly doing good work. Really, really good work. Let me answer some of your incredible questions and comments from yesterday's video, and then I'll have another update shortly for you at the 29-minute mark. Let's get these likes up, and also let's see if we can get 2,500 in the room, baby. Tell that guy in the corner who's cutting the lemons. Hey, Elizabeth, but still nothing for hazard pay. No, hazard pay is in the third stimulus package. We just don't know anything about how it works yet. So we do have hazard pay in the third stimulus package. Always refer to that PD. I'll do is refer to your PDFs. The January 23rd, the original PDF of this channel for the members delineates what's in there. And you'll see for hazard pay, it's empty. It just says hazard pay, and we don't know much about it. But it is in there, thank goodness. Roberto Malagon. LA is the greatest YouTuber ever. Let's vote for him for president of the Senate. President of the Senate. I don't know. That's just like, what is president of the Senate? Oh, that's that's Miss Harris's job. Okay, sorry. Someone else wants me to have that job. Denise, they need to move this week. No delays accepted. Thank you. Kibi Johnson, we get all this from the Purple Power family as we listen to you. I appreciate that. As an aside, as a personal note, Jimmy, thank you for joining the family. Everyone welcome Jimmy to the family. How are you? How are you? Thank you for joining. The biggest way to piss me off is to send me a private message saying, I heard that. Oh, roll my eyes. I heard that. That means you heard somewhere else, not from me. Hey, Rachel, Dancing Bear. I heard that. You know what? You really want to try that? Don't be telling me you heard somewhere. Now, it's okay if your neighbor told you, or the person at the stand that sells you the pretzels told you that. But don't be telling me someone else told you that, because guess what? It's wrong. Jerry Watwood goes to show it's all about power now. The Democrats will be fighting for it before it was all said and done. Alan Davis, we need it now, not in March or April. JS, there are few things in life less important than celebrity shows. Well, how about how to bake with olive oil and seasoning? I mean, the home show is about home decor and how to do a Christmas wreath. So, yeah, I will stay on point with... If you don't want to learn how to decorate a Christmas wreath, then, God bless you. WR, we just want it signed, sealed, and delivered. I do too, and I love that Motown song. Signed, sealed, and delivered. Hey, Elizabeth. Wait, I didn't see that. That was huge. Elizabeth Jacob, thank you for the massive dancing bear. I really appreciate it. 2,100 in the room and 1,200 likes. Signed, sealed, and delivered. I'm yours. I don't want to get into any. I can't sing it. I'm not allowed to sing it. I can just say the words. Lisa Freeman. Nancy was like, just shut her mic off. If you don't know what she's referring to, that's yesterday's report where Nancy cut off a representative who was not talking about stimulus. She was talking about redistricting. Nancy just cut her off. Nancy was like, shut her mic off. She was. That's exactly what she said. Nancy Johnson needs to get off there and get to it. Hey, Debbie. Debbie Santucci. Everyone welcome Debbie to the room. The comment actually sort of stopped because she knew I was, she was about to put the word but in there, but she took it off. Need to get off their butt and get to it. There's that viewer. Zoe Watson, or Zoe Watts. He's already promised checks to those who got last time. Now lowering and diluting middle-class stimulus payments. Schumer is dithering too much. I don't know what that means. Henry Johnson. Final, but still talking. Well, yeah, and having lunch and, going to the casino. But what is in my bank account? Tammy Rogers, we want stimulus. Tonya Pettick. Kids in Missouri are back in school. No vaccine. Oh, yeah, I know. Dana Iners. Ohio has to put a stop to unemployment. The governor needs to fix it. Barb Miller. The salaries that all of Congress and all of them, if they had to live on $20,000 a year, trust me, they would not be dragging their feet. Common retort. Paula Blatt. LA sounds like a Republican. Give it to tomorrow. Someone's going to say, LA sounds like a Democrat. Give it the day after that. LA sounds like a Republican. The day after that, LA sounds like a There's just, it just depends on what day. You're too soft on Mitch. You're too tough on Mitch. You're too tough on Nancy. You're too soft on Nancy. It just can't happen. Kelly Watson. My grandkids have been in school since August. Claremore, Oklahoma. Glenda Mize. They need to hurry up. Thursday is coming, and Nancy will be flying out of Washington on a broom for a long weekend. I love that. They need to hurry. Glenda Mize is killing it. They need to hurry up because Thursday's coming and Nancy has to fly out of Washington on her broom for a long weekend. Oh my goodness. Sherelle Mason. Well, they need to move. They say they need help ASAP. Vote the darn bill. I need it now. I gotta go get moving. Let's go. Everyone would be really good as like a gymnastics coach in these comments. It's like, come on, get going. What's going on? Pick up the pace. Your 50-yard split is just too slow. Come on, get going. But they're absolutely correct. I mean, they are stalling. Henry Johnson, we could absolutely care less about that. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your comment. Bonnie Kell. Bernie Sanders is giving them hell. He wants us to have this help now. Scott Hunn and King Reno and Scott with two dancing pairs. It's like the dancing pair sonata. It's like two dancing pairs in tango pairs. I appreciate that. Really, it's like a double pair, one from Scott and one from King Reno. And thank you, Scott, for all the dancing pairs yesterday, and also King Reno had a massive one yesterday as well. I really appreciate it. Sherrod Downham. He broke his promises already. He's not doing what he's supposed to do. There you go. Wow. At the 32-minute mark. What a day it is. 2,100 in the room and 1,300 likes. Thank you. With 32 minutes on the clock. Hey, John Latour. How are you? Everyone welcome John Latour to the family. If you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. The member link is at the top of the chat. Also in the pinned comment, also the description. If you're tuning in shortly after about 12:30, you're watching me live. If it's later, you're watching me taped. This is the Midday Report here on LLate. From Wall Street to Main Street, from my home to your home, thank you for joining me on the Midday Report called Home LLA. Today we don't have any home decor because it was sort of a rush recording with a lot of breaking details. Those breaking details, the new jobs report, number improving. California dragged it down, however. Child tax credit being introduced by Mitt Romney. He has another bill today. He'll have another bill this afternoon. Never going to see the light of day. Don't worry about it. The thing I forgot to mention in the child tax credit report was, again, a broadcast news reporter told viewers in that article, I'm not going to say who it is, told viewers that you're getting a $3,000 check if you have a child. No, it's a tax credit. If you go through all your taxes, it triggers a potential $3,000 refund. It's not a check. Hey, Perez, thank you for joining the family. Everyone welcome Perez to the family. As viewers of this channel, as members, you currently know, because I've been telling you for 2 weeks, a tax credit is not a check. And even a major broadcast news channel, one of the biggest in the country, referred to the tax credit as a check. It's not a check. It only becomes a check if everything else in the tax return triggers it as a check. Meantime, the new jobs report will be out tomorrow. That number is expected to be promising. That's job creation, not jobless numbers. And finally, the massive news, as several dozen Democrats are pushing Joe Biden to do a $50,000 student loan debt forgiveness. They're doing it in two ways, one by executive order or two by bill. They're reintroducing the bill today. The reason why this is exciting is almost threefold. One, it's great if you have a student loan debt. Two, they're doing a two-prong approach so that it helps Joe Biden figure out which one he wants to do. And three, the advocate for it is the advocate for Social Security reform for you for that money as well, Elizabeth Warren. With Wall Street up, the Dow and NASDAQ up slightly, about 1% before the close. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you this afternoon on Afternoons LA at 3:30 with Check, which is Tate, then Third Stimulus. Big updates on both of those shows. Don't miss it. And then I'm back live with you. Hey, Bonnie. Oh, my goodness. We are flying. Wait a second. I gotta say hello and thank you. Everyone welcome Stephanie Linker to the family. Then thank Bonnie Bolton for the massive super chat. My goodness. Thank you, Bonnie Bolton. And thank you, Lori Lopez, for the dancing pair. That is just two dancing pairs. And welcome, Stephanie. Oops. Almost locked the screen. There you go. I'll be back this afternoon at 3:30 with 3 shows. Don't miss any of them. Meantime, if you did not watch did not watch Mornings LA today, because it did go a little earlier, make sure you watch it. There was a lot of big news in that show. Stay informed, stay focused, and stay with LA for more.